This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Good evening, this is News Tonight and I'm Evelyn Matthew. It's 9 p.m. and there's plenty of political drama creating headlines tonight. So here are our top stories. Tamil Nadu can continue to give 69% quota in jobs and admissions for another year, says the Supreme Court. Will other states now oppose too? Get ready for early assembly election, says Amma, even as she takes a dig at DMK chief Karunanidhi and his family.
மறுபடியும் தேர்தல் வருகின்ற போது திமுகவிற்கு கருணாநிதிக்கு கருணாநிதி குடும்பத்திற்கு உங்களை அடக்கி ஆளும் சக்தியை அதிகாரத்தை நீங்கள் தருவீர்களா?
Take back the sacked employees and pay us more, voice thousands of striking Nokia employees yet another time. But where you go, the mobile network may not follow. NDTV Hindu tells you why customer care is more of a farce in telecom companies. A suicide and a murder rocks Arumbakam, police on their feet to crack the murders. And is this mountain railway of the hill stations huffing and puffing its way to extinction? January 2011 will decide. And here's what's making news nationally. A war of words spills over to the governor's office in Karnataka. His remarks against corrupt ministers causes the BJP to brand him a Congress agent. A woman killed and 2 others injured. The Puri Rath Yatra in Pune turns fatal. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra says Belgaum should be a union territory, but the Shiv Sainiks don't agree. Karnataka buses stoned. Clean up or clear out. 2 months to go for the Commonwealth Games in Delhi. Chief Minister Sheila Dixit takes the civic bodies to task. Well, on your mark and gear up for an early assembly election. Well, that's what Amma's message is to her party cadres and to the people of Tamil Nadu. In a massive show of strength, the main opposition party, the AIADMK, led by the party General Secretary Ms. Jayalalitha, held a huge rally in Coimbatore today. A coincidence you might think, or a fitting reply that she wanted to give, that the area is her stronghold. So the meeting was held in Coimbatore, the same city where the Chief Minister Karunanidhi held the World Classical Tamil Conference 2 weeks ago. Hitting out at Karunanidhi and his family, Jayalalitha insinuated that the many schemes like the free rice or television schemes are benefiting the family members of the Chief Minister.
உங்களை அடக்கி ஆள அரசியல் அதிகார சக்தி மட்டும் அவர்களுக்கு வேண்டுமாம். அதை நீங்கள் அவர்களுக்கு வழங்க வேண்டுமாம். அந்த அதிகாரத்தை அவர்களுக்கு தர மறுப்பதற்கான சக்தி உங்கள் கைகளில் தான் இருக்கிறது. என்ன சொல்லுங்க? மறுபடியும் தேர்தல் வருகின்ற போது திமுகவிற்கு கருணாநிதிக்கு கருணாநிதி குடும்பத்திற்கு உங்களை அடக்கி ஆளும் சக்தியை அதிகாரத்தை நீங்கள் தருவீர்களா? தரக்கூடாது. கடந்த 4 ஆண்டு கால மைனாரிட்டி திமுக ஆட்சியில் தமிழ்நாடு வளர்ச்சி அடையவில்லை. தமிழ் மொழி வளர்ச்சி அடையவில்லை. தமிழர்களும் வளர்ச்சி அடையவில்லை. ஆனால் தமிழ் என்ற பெயரை சொல்லி ஒரு குடும்பம் மட்டும் அபரிமிதமான வளர்ச்சி அடைந்திருக்கிறது.
And on News Tonight, DMK MP and Party Organizing Secretary TKS Ilangovan now joins us live. So thanks very much indeed for talking to us. At that rally with such a huge attendance today at Kovai, Ms. Jayalalitha lashed out at your party, the DMK, in her speech. First off, how do you respond to that criticism?
See, even during the last parliamentary elections, she was predicting like that. But ultimately, you know what had happened. Even some of the media was predicting a huge victory for the AIDMK alliance. But ultimately the DMK, the Congress DMK, the UPA alliance had won. So her predictions are always not right. She is not a Paul Octopus to predict correctly. And more than that, she is so desperate to come back to power. She speaks all absurd things and makes uncanny abuses against the party, the leaders and other members of the party.
Well, but Ms. Jayalalitha also took that opportunity to expose the failure of the DMK on various fronts, including price rise, power crisis and corruption. How do you, as a DMK member of the parliament and the organizing secretary, explain the failure of your government?
Price rise is a universal issue. It is not an issue related to Tamil Nadu alone. It has various other things which is not controlled by a state government. Otherwise, our performance for the past 4 years and the next year to come is very good. People appreciate our performance, our schemes which is directed to the household, every household in the state. People are very happy. So there is nothing for her to speak against this government.
But Mr. Ilangovan, she didn't also miss this opportunity to train her guns at the classical Tamil conference as well, calling the whole conference a family affair. Your reaction to that?
These are all absurd. It was a classical Tamil conference was attended by various delegates from various parts of the world, for the globe. Many scholars of Tamil from various states, including foreign scholars like very senior scholar Thomas George Hart and others had attended the conference, and the crowd was very spontaneous. People came peacefully to attend the conference. Even after the conference, people gathered in lakhs to see the various exhibitions which were there in Coimbatore. So people were very spontaneously came to that area, and they are all people who had high regard for the language, their own mother tongue. So her accusations are absurd and has no basis.
Also, sir, it was pretty clear that vote bank politics was high on the agenda for the DMK to strengthen the party's base in the western region. Would you agree?
Definitely not. I can say in 1995, Jayalalitha organized the World Tamil Conference in Tanjavur. But immediately after that, about a year after that, the elections were held and she was wiped out clean in the state assembly elections. So these conferences will not have an effect on the elections. Election is a process where the people judge by the performance of the governments, the ruling parties. We are a ruling party now, and we have performed well. We have beautiful schemes, we have social welfare schemes, we have economic schemes pertaining to economic activity like industries. Even recently the newspaper had come out, the Wall Street Journal had come out with an article that Tamil Nadu is the second Detroit of the world. So we have both the industrial activity, social welfare activities, employment generation. In all aspects this government has performed well. So people will judge by the performance of the government while voting. They will not judge by the conferences held by the government.
Right, but today specifically Ms. Jayalalitha said that there will be an early election in the state. What is your take on that?
I don't know how she has predicted. She is not Paul Octopus, and I don't think her predictions will be fruitful. I don't know whether her predictions will be right or not. But there is no possibility of an early election. There is one more year left, and I think the elections will come in the normal course of time.
All right, thanks very much, Mr. Ilangovan, for joining us and talking to us. Well, you might not consider her to be Paul the Octopus, but perhaps the election results will only tell which of the parties will prevail. Now on to other news. In a major victory for the ruling DMK in the Tamil Nadu state, the Supreme Court today gave the state's 69% reservation law a one-year protection window. This means Chief Minister Karunanidhi has been given a free run to extend reservations in jobs and admissions over the next 1 year. And that's certainly good news for the DMK in the run-up to the crucial assembly polls next year.
The moment Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi was waiting for finally came today. The Supreme Court, in a landmark judgment allowing the Tamil Nadu government one more year to review the 69% reservations the state has. A concession the CM wanted at any cost to further the agenda he has reiterated deftly in the past.
நாடாளுமன்றத்தின் இரு அவைகளையும் உடனடியாக கூட்டி இது குறித்து விவாதித்து உரிய விரைவான முடிவெடுத்து உயர்கல்வி நிறுவனங்களில் இதர பிற்படுத்தப்பட்ட வகுப்பினருக்கான இடஒதுக்கீட்டு கொள்கையில் எந்தவித பின்னடைவும் ஏற்படாமல் பார்த்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டும்.
So why is Tamil Nadu being allowed to give a 69% reservation as against the 50% limit? Way back in 1994, when Jayalalitha was the Chief Minister, this reservation law was placed under the 9th schedule, much against the wishes of those opposing this reservation, because any law placed under the 9th schedule is not subject to judicial review. But many have questioned the need for this judicial protection, especially with admission data showing that Tamil Nadu has progressed leaps and bounds. Figures speak for themselves. In Anna University, for instance, there is hardly any difference between the cut-off marks of general category students and backward castes, despite the cut-offs being almost the same. BCs are bagging more than 80% of the seats. Political support, though, is still pouring in for this judgment.
அந்த சமூக நீதி தான் இன்றைக்கு இந்திய முழுக்க வேண்டும் என்பது பாட்டாளி மக்கள் கட்சியினுடைய கொள்கை, கோட்பாடு, எண்ணம், கருத்து. எங்கள் ஐயாவின் இறுதி மூச்சியாக அவர்கள் கடைசி வரை போராடி வருகிற அந்த போராட்டத்தினுடைய வடிவமும் இந்த சமூக நீதி தான்.
This order will have a wider impact. Other states with huge OBC population are likely to step up pressure on their respective backward class commissions to increase the quota beyond the 50% cap. With A. Vaidyanathan in New Delhi and Shabir Ahmed and Sai Manish in Chennai, Radhika Iyer, NDTV Hindu.
And senior advocate K.M. Vijayan and political commentator Krishna Anand spoke about the nitty-gritties of this landmark judgment with our senior editor Radhika Iyer.
To explain, because once 9 judges of the Supreme Court has said, followed by 5 judges in Nagarajan's case and subsequently in Ashok Kumar Thakur's case have confirmed it, 3 judges of the Supreme Court can never overrule.
Yes.
These 50% can be extended only if there is one more constitutional amendment which says the state is enabled to reserve any percentage of seats for it. Unless such an amendment is brought by the constitution, or unless such a judgment is given by a judges constituting more than 9, that is 11 judges or 13 judges, it is absolutely no possibility. What is sent today for the Backward Classes Commission is a sheer farce. It will not bring any purpose, it will only postpone the issue for another 1 year.
Well, still ahead on the bulletin, it was a sleepover with hard hats and now it's mudslinging in Karnataka. The BJP brands the governor as a Congress agent. That's coming up in just a moment.